Hello everyone, it is April the 10th, 2020. Welcome back to one of the oldest Bitcoin TA channels in the world. Thank you so much for everyone in our Discord community. And for today's viewers, I want to thank you for committing to your growth and your self-development and for taking valuable time out of your lives to watch this. You could be doing anything in the world right now and you are at work learning more about trading. And so my commitment to you on this channel is to introduce you to the trading patterns and indicators that can transform your success in trading and your relationship with wealth and abundance. Today's episode is going to do just that, and I am so excited because personally this has been a chart pattern I've been anticipating for quite some time. So let's get started. It is a long weekend and the futures market is already closed. We have a closing price at 72.90 over on the CME futures and prices are trading at 69.37 right now. We'll go through our technical analysis and see what might come for Bitcoin price moves this weekend before the futures open again. If you're a return visitor, be sure to hit the subscribe button, but more importantly, come and join us over on our Discord chat because that's where the real information is. This is just a snapshot. Oh, Canada. I don't normally cover news on this channel, but this is noteworthy for Canadians. There is now a Bitcoin fund trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange. And here's the website, 3iq.ca. Brand new, one of the first world's Bitcoin funds trading so that you can trade it on an exchange. It's got $14 million in capitalization right now, and I think it'll absolutely explode. It's being reported in CoinDesk and all over the place right now online. So fantastic to see that Canada is stepping up into this kind of stuff. Let's start off with a view of Bitcoin dominance over the weekly time frame. And as we can see, we have a top formation here that prices have bounced up and come down from. And for me, this is confirmation of bearishness in Bitcoin dominance, which means altcoins are going to be rising. If we are having Bitcoin prices rise and Bitcoin dominance drop, that is the measure that altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. I've got a lot of updates to do on our spreadsheets today, so I want to jump into the Bitcoin video and then I'll focus back in on the alts for the rest of the day. Here in our weekly view, we can see that we have the cross of our exponential moving average, which is very bearish in the long term. As we come up to the RSI, it is hitting a top right here underneath support. As we get into the daily time frame, we've been watching for this to break. And there it is. It could have been the break here, but it could be the break here. So now we'll watch for the 1, 2, 3 formations to set up and to break through here. Let's go into the 12-hour time frame. We're also getting confirmation there. Let's go into the 4-hour time frame where we can see it. And we can see it more clearly here on the 1 hour where we have the divergence. And it's come back to a very oversold condition. Another thing I was watching for on the hourly time frame was for any of the break of this trend line, and it broke to the downside there. So this is a shift from this trend line, and now this is a 1, 2, 3 top formation that has been breached. If we see it testing underneath, we can expect that it would be a good time to be watching for a sell signal right there. Let's switch indicators and see what the on-balance volume is telling us. I want to zoom in on this because it's quite a different reversal than we had in the past. So I want to zoom in and pay attention to how this is playing out. So we had selling, we had buying, but as we're coming to higher highs, we're having less buying. Let's zoom in on this to see what's going on. On the 12-hour time frame, it's still holding positive, even though we've had this and I want to see how this exponential moving average plays out now. When we go into the 4-hour time frame, we can see that there is selling going on and then pretty much equal or maybe a bit deeper selling going on there. Let's zoom in again and we'll just pay attention now to the depth of the selling. If it continues to deepen as prices are falling, that is a good sell signal. But should we come up to this area and then make our top formation underneath this, there's your sell signal. We can zoom right into the 15-minute and even the 5-minute to get an idea of exactly when this selling all came into the market. A quick scan through the Ichimoku cloud. We're still bearish on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we do have this cross to the positive right here. We're coming up through the cloud, but should the blue cross back over the red, that's a sell signal in the downtrend on this time frame. In the 12-hour time frame, we are still above the cloud bullish. The 4-hour time frame is the first cross to the bearish right there on this shorter time frame. We still have not crossed over here. The trailing indicator hasn't crossed through everything. We haven't gone through the cloud, so it's the very first indications of bearish there out of this tiny little 1, 2, 3 top formation. We could see some bearish pressure throughout the weekend, causing a big gap in the futures prices when that opens. Let's go into the 1 hour time frame. It did cross through. It's given us the bearish view, but now we'll be watching to see if the blue line crosses back up above the red. This could give us the return around. We'll watch to see how this continues to play out, but we can clearly see the 1, 2, 3 formation setting up. It broke through the cloud. We had the twist through. It was a tough one because of the wicks down before. As we go into the weekly MACD, we can still see that we're in a downtrend, but holding ourselves here, not accelerating at least, while the exponential moving average has crossed to the bearish side here on the weekly. The daily time frame, we have been crossed bearish. We didn't cross back positive. And now our parallel arms are easing off a little bit here. You see the histograms are losing a bit of steam here on the daily time frame. We move into the 12 hour. It is just coming to cross. So this is giving us the insight that this is going to go crossing bearish. The 12 hour did cross positive here for our exponential moving average, but with this getting bearish, it looks like we'll cross right back negative again. On the 4 hour time frame, we are already accelerating. You see how this is flaring wider and the histograms are growing. That's showing more momentum down out of that top formation. When we go into the 1 hour time frame, this is where we'll see how far this depth goes. This will stay parallel arms, and the histograms should stay pretty strong if we're going to continue down. And they'll run out of steam, and this will cross to the positive when we've run out. Here in the 15-minute, this should oscillate more. So it's crossing and holding. If it continues to go and flare wider while the 1 hour crosses, this will show us that this is the bottom. But if this crosses back to the negative again and the histograms go back red as we're falling, that's confirmation of more bearish, at least for the weekend. Now, Bollinger Bands, just like Ichimoku Cloud, the more familiar I become with it, the more I like it. This is one of the pillar bottoms. There are only 3 times in all of Bitcoin history that we came out of that third standard deviation. So I'm considering this to be a real bottom, but there's lots of room for fighting in between there. Let's zoom into the daily time frame because we are not yet bullish until we cross above the weekly midline on the Bollinger Band. That's a big standard for me. On the daily time frame, we can see that we've bounced off the second standard deviation and got some weakness here. The 12 hour, we're crossing through the standard deviation. And in the 4 hour, we're coming out of a very tight neck and coming down. So this tells me that we do have a big move coming up, and it is to the downside. We've shown that the 1, 2, 3 top is going. We've got negative in the MACD indicator. The Ichimoku Cloud has crossed negative on the 1 hour time frame. Our RSI has broken those trend lines that we were looking for. Here we are breaking down below this 200 period exponential moving average again. All of this says that we're probably going to be coming down and making the larger 1, 2, 3 formation that we've been watching for, 1, 2, and easily come back to these levels just underneath everybody's stop losses, just to wreck everybody. Then the futures markets open and we close that gap. So watch for what's going on here this weekend. Some pretty exciting times. And as we come down to these levels, this is when we'll watch for the 1, 2, 3 bottom. We'll watch for all of those indicators to give us that turnaround. And remember, this is just a snapshot. If you were hitting a baseball in a baseball game, you know that just having a snapshot of the pitcher throwing the ball towards you is not going to help you time your trade properly. It's not going to help time when to hit the bat and when to swing properly to hit that ball. It's the same thing with these technical analysis videos. This is just a snapshot. Be sure to come over and join us on our Discord chat because we talk through these indicators as they are unfolding. We talk about the 1, 2, 3 formations, and we have a lot of great people there who are really experienced with the 1, 2, 3 formations because we've been doing this for years. And we have a bunch of new people who are just learning about the 1, 2, 3 formations. So come over, join us on Discord, and bring all of your questions. That's the best part. Good luck in all of your trading this weekend. Stay safe, and remember, your emotions largely feel what you're thinking. So go and watch success videos on YouTube. If you're getting distracted by being trapped at home, do something to encourage the better feeling thinking in your whole life. Get out there and help people who are less fortunate. Good luck in all of your trading this weekend. Stay safe